Welcome everybody, I'm Supreme Commander's Don Draper. This is Cringe Review on Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. Today's lineup is 2 teams of 6 on dual gap adaptive. Game was rated for 400s to 1200s and actually included a spread of between 500 and 900s. Left versus right. This is the not Max Cancer gap, but it's the dual gap adaptive gap, which is like the second latest version of this map. Pretty standard open here. Forward commanders come to the front. Air doing a little bit of scouting. Left side, the Navy is doing a terrific job of getting their mexes set up and submarine built up front, which I think is the stronger build of the two. In the front, we've got some tank-on-tank action, tank-on-engineer action, and pretty much just your standard opening, nothing too crazy. A couple engineers coming to the front to try and grab that mass in the middle. Multi-factory build-up, which is going to lead to basically a stalemate on both sides, which is good. The top guy on the right side is a little bit slow getting set up, but all in all, in good shape. As you can see, all the air players are scouting here, but the top air on the right side is doing a trick job on the scouting, and we're going to see what that's all about later here. Sending multiple scouts together to ensure they get the right flag. Turning focus back to the middle here, there's inconclusive area denial between the two T1 armies, and not a whole lot of action to note there. The next thing here, as we pivot to our danger segment, is Superhero. After completing their stealth and fire and forget fast fire upgrades, decides to take his commander for a excursion over to Don Draper's base, my base in this game. And the conventionalism is to build a radar to try and stop something like this from happening. But really, this didn't work out well for Superhero at all. As you can see, he marches in without any major scouting ahead, and I'm trying to drag him down into the line of fire of my massively fast-produced T2 defenses, with the best T2 point defense in the game, which is the Seraphim, obviously, and he does a number on his cow by doing that. So basically, he's ready for his air Uber to get the fuck out of Dodge, and here it comes. Since the commanders can't attack the air units anymore, we couldn't destroy that, but there's a fighter giving pursuit and chase, and here we go. He's under attack. Cyber and T2 transport is able to fire back, but unfortunately, he's gonna miss this fighter wave here, and the air player comes in with no fighter support himself. And that takes us to our first blood segment. Boom! He's a goner. Okay, back to the middle here. We got 2 T1 armies ready to rage against each other. And blue and orange working together trying to secure the middle maxes and destroy the opposing army. Basically, we invaded into the T2 fire zone, the shielded T2 fire zone on top, and there's also T2 fire zone down the bottom. Navy on the right side finally got its act together, and they've got some submarines taking control of their side of the map without any further action from the left side. Sent a cheap bomber wave in to try and take out some of those factories in the beginning, but unfortunately they went into a T2 anti-air flak defense range and got wiped out. They probably would have better been used down on the bottom, but whatever. The only real action here in the beginning then was blue sending his commander forward, which 13 minutes in, probably not a good idea, and guess what? It turns out not just to be probably, but definitely not a good idea. As gunships from Team Left come in to try and take him out, followed up by Corsair fighter bombers, significantly damaging his ACU. He's able to fall back inside of a mobile shield and inside of a fixed shield, and survives the initial wave. but basically his entire army is wiped out, and his commander is in no shape to try and push against the T2 defenses below a shield, along with a huge T1 army there. So he decides to pull back under artillery fire, and the top forward guy is also exhausting his army and has a T2 artillery defense set up, but without shields. So Blue decides to pull his comm back, realizing that his position is untenable, and to fortify from behind. In doing so, and without the air cover provided by Superhero, who was newly destroyed, and also the fact that there is no T3 air cover for those who had 16 minutes, he has just exposed himself to another T2 airstrike. And unfortunately, that is exactly what is going to happen here. And it's not going to be a one-pass airstrike, but he cannot get to the water fast enough. Again, this is a Cringer match, folks, so he's basically screwed here. And I think he knows it because he has nothing that he can do except for dodge and the mobile shield that he's got with him, hoping that that's going to recharge. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, commanders, boys and girls, cats and dogs, it's over.
I don't know why that strikes me so funny.
So, 2 commanders down 17 minutes in. It is now Orange who decides it's a good time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Does he think he can actually win this game? I don't know. He might even be pondering the meaning of life at this point, basically. Now, there's a desync that was detected here in the replay, and I investigated this because this didn't actually happen in the real game. On Discord, they told me that this just happens, and it's an annoying issue, but there's nothing you can really do about it, so basically just ignore it. That's all they had to say. They don't know shit. Okay, back to the match. So Orange is like, oh, T3 bomber coming in. There's another T3 bomber coming in behind that. I've got no air cover. Again, 18 minutes in, 19 minutes in. What the hell am I going to do? I'm just going to recall. Fuck it. Let's go play the next game. He made the right move there. He didn't even get bombed into submission. He just decided, fuck it. And Navy's like, you know what? That's a great idea. I'll just go on to the next game. So, you know what? Now it's down to 6-on-2. And the Navy on the bottom is just rolling right in. He's like, oh, this is great. Folks, the lesson to be learned here is that this was a 90% balance game.
The hell was that? Someone saying a cat porn? Cat on cat porn. Cat on cat porn. Holy crackers.
You never dabbled in a little cat on cat?
Well, anybody, look.